What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a full overpowered Gen 2 Pokemon team. So we did Gen 1 already, so I thought we would do Generation 2 overpowered Pokemon. Now, admittedly, there was probably a lot more than 6, so I just picked 6 of the ones that I thought would suit the role. I used some of the movesets from Gen 2 and mixed them in with the normal Gen 7 movesets. Okay, people, I'm streaming on Twitch each week, about 3 or 4 times a week. I'd love you to come and follow if you haven't already. Link is in the description there. You can come and watch the stream. Stay in the Salt Loop. Thanks to all the people that have come and watched so far and have subscribed and donated. You've been awesome. All right, let's get into this one. If you guys really like these CPTs, give that like button some love. Let's see if we can go for it. Let's shoot for 1,000 likes. Let's do it, people. And if you can guess the other 5 Pokemon that I'm going to use, leave below in the comment section now. Let's see if you can guess. All right, so we got a battle on my Discord. This one was against Mossy Dog. We got the Bastodon going for the block on my Kingdra. So Kingdra is trapped in. Not that it's all that bad. So going for this Surf again, I was thinking Bastodon may live on 1 health, so I can plug my own merch, but I wasn't too sure at the moment if it was min or max. However, the second Surf does take it out. So whatever Bastodon was trying to do with block, it wasn't going to work. So that's down a nice little early start there. So on this set, we've got as follows: Ice Beam, Dragon Breath, Smoke Screen, and Surf. I try to take like a mix of set from the Gen 2 one and the Gen 7 one and put them together. We got Tip of Nature, Max Speed, Max Special Attack. We got Sniper and Scope Lens. So that Dragon Breath was not any critting, and it was like passing paralysis too. It was pretty nasty. So anyway, we got another Dragon coming out there, dropping the Draco onto my Kingdra and taking me out. Now, Kingdra had very nice even base stats all across the gen. It had very little weaknesses. That's why I picked it on this team. A very scary gen Pokemon too. Okay, so now we've got Blissey coming out. Now Blissey had, it was just a special defensive wall. Basically, if you didn't swap it into a physical move, it was not going to die. On this set, I guess it was a little bit like kind of standardish, but I did throw a couple of other fun moves. So we had, obviously we had Toxic and Soft Ball, like that's what I always use. I gave it Egg Bomb and Reflect, so Egg Bomb, people, Egg Bomb. So we got the Mega Obama Snow coming out now, and I'm a little bit worried about this, like a Wood Hammer, an Ice Shard, anything like that. Now, if it was a special set, if it had Blizzard and stuff, I'd be okay. All right, so going for the Z Toxic here, Poison MZ, I nearly said Toxic MZ, Poison MZ, on New Z Crystal Preferred, on my Blissey. So we got the Poison on the Abomasnow, and I got a +1 defense, and I've got Reflect as well, so that's going to make me like super bulky. Anyway, so it's going to go for the Wood Hammer. It does nearly all of my health. Guys, that Z Toxic actually saved me from going down. That's hilarious. Okay, so we got the Toxic on the Abomasnow. Now, there was definitely a possibility of Ice Shard, which is going to go for, and Blissey is going to go down for this one. I could have gone for the Reflect there, but I really want to get up that Toxic right. Okay, so Abomasnow is going to go down in a couple of turns, and we're going to go into Skarmory. Now, Skarmory didn't have the greatest moveset in the world in Gen 2, but obviously it was a very good, its typing was very good. Obviously Steel typing only just came in. Had very little weaknesses for a tanky set. So on this one, we had Curse, Drill Peck, Steel Wing, and Roost on it. So we got Max Health, and I gave it Max Special Defense. So very bulky. We had leftovers as the item. And obviously the Blissey Skarm combo was like all the way back then. That's when, I don't know if you're sure how you guys have been, long if you guys have been Wi-Fi battling for, but the old Blissey Skarm core was quite an old thing. But back, around these times, it was very good, especially in Gen 2. You couldn't poison the Skarmory. It was pretty dang good. So anyway, I got some Drill Pecks on this big spider here. So we got Drill Peck, Steel Wing as its offensive move. They weren't the greatest, but after a couple of curses, they're actually pretty decent. And as you guys know, Skarmory has like a big bulk defense too, which worked really nicely with the with the Blissey. Okay, so really the spider can't do too much, but it's going to go for the infestation. I'm going to go for the Drill Peck here. So it does some pretty solid damage, almost taking out the spider, and it's got some leftovers there. So one more will be enough to take it out. We've got the Abomasnow, which you've already seen already. I know that I'm going to be able to live a Wood Hammer, an Ice Shard, so I know I'm going to be able to take it out with a Drill Peck too. So I'm thinking it's going to be one of the other Pokemon that's going to come out into this one. Okay, so now we got the Spider go for the Aquaring here. There's obviously clearly nothing it can really do. It's completely walled by my Skarmory, and I'm going to go for the Drill Peck and finish it off. So I tried to make this into like a bulky, sweeping Skarmory instead of just like a stalling one. So we're getting some nice leftovers recovery here too. So things are going fairly good at the moment. I'm set up with my Skarmory. Now we got the Simipour. Good to see Simipour. People don't use these enough. Okay, so we got the Super Ball going for the Scald. Since I'm running the max health, max special defense set, I'm going to take that one fairly well. So go for the Drill Peck now. Scald is going to be able to 3-hit KO. Drill Peck does some solid damage. And all I need is one more Drill Peck to actually take this out. I guess the only bad thing about this, if I do get burned, Simipour will be able to live this one and should be able to take me out. So go for another Scald on me. And it doesn't burn. I'm able to get that one off with the Drill Peck. So Skarmory doing some nice sweeping here at the moment. I actually done a Skarmory sweep already. It was like Friday video, but yesterday on stream, battle stream, we missed out on so many Friday videos. Like it was like, I'm not legit, it was like 3 or 4 Pokemon. Alright, so out comes the Dragalge again. Now I can go for the Drill Peck or the Steel Wing or the wrist again. It's gonna go for a Focus Miss. Focus Miss misses. Damn it, that move's never missed ever. And Drill Peck almost gonna take out the Dragalge there. So I think that's one. So I'm thinking how many Pokemon I've buried with Skarmory so far. Alright, so anyway, we've got a Focus Miss coming now on my Skarmory there. And since I'm very bulky in special defense, I live it! And I'm able to get another Drill Peck off, and that's going to take out the Dragalge. So that's 3 Pokemon the Skarmory buried there just with Drill, like a couple of curses up and Drill Peck. And I hadn't even healed yet. So Skarmory's MVP right now, and now we got the Beware. Now I had to beware of the Beware because I didn't have loads to hit it with. So Beware's going to come in and go for the Drain Punch, and that's my Skarmory down, unfortunately. Blissey would have got absolutely destroyed by that. So that's, that's my core content. My Skarmory and Blissey are kind of gone. So this was definitely a problem Pokemon. So going into my Lantern here. Now my Lantern was just a pain in the ass. Like, it was kind of underrated because, the electricity and water. So we had Thunder Wave, Confuse Ray, Charge, and Scald around in the set. We got Bold Nature, Water Absorb, and Leftovers. So it had pretty nice typing and learned some pretty nice status moves too. That's why I included it. Now, once again, I will stress I'm not including legendaries on this team too. Okay, we had stuff like Lugia and Ho-Oh, Celebi, those kind of Pokemon, obviously. Okay, so Beware is not going to like swapping in to any of my moves. So we got the Abomasnow coming in. So it's got this Snow warning up again. Now, really, I can't do much to actually hit this. The best I can really do is go for the Confuse Ray. Thunder Wave's not going to do anything. It's already poisoned. So here I was thinking, well, if it went for a Wood Hammer, right, it would actually take itself out. So that's not all that bad, right? Even if I sack my Lantern right here, I still have 2 other Pokemon for that Beware. So go for the Scald again. Like, let's get as much damage off as possible. Obviously, I knew it wouldn't take it out. And we got the Abomasnow going for a freaking rest. I'm like, oh, God. So it's going to go to sleep. It's going to heal off that Toxic. And there's not much my Lantern can actually do to it. So I was thinking, well, the best thing I could probably do here is go for the Confuse Ray, then swap it out. So I might be able to get a free swap in. Because clearly it's going to have something like rest, sleep talk, right? So my Lantern's going to go for the Confuse Ray here. I was hoping if it hit itself in Confusion a couple of times, that would be enough for me to take it out. As well, as well as me using some other moves against it too. So we still got 2 Pokemon remaining, and now we got the Abomasnow. It's going to be fast asleep, hoping that it doesn't, get Wood Hammer against my Lantern. I'd like to keep my Lantern maybe for a little bit longer against the Beware. However, the Wood Hammer is going to come, and my Lantern is going to get flattened. So goodbye, Lantern. Man, I wish I got sleep talks like that. So we got 2 remaining Pokemon left. I mean, the only good thing that came out of that, right, because it did get some recoil damage, but it does still have rest. Okay, so going into my Tyranitar now. Tyranitar is a very, very, very good Pokemon in Gen 2. So we got the, on this one, we got Pursuit, we've got Rock Slide, Scary Face, and Earthquake. So Scary Face, I've got on this one, max health, max attack, right? So we can go for the Scary Face, drop the opponent's speed, and then spam Rock Slide to go for those flinches, and, very powerful attack base as well. So we got Pursuit as well, and I had Earthquake just for some nice coverage on this. Okay, so go for the Rock Slide on the Abomasnow. It does some pretty nice damage and takes it out in one shot there. So that's pretty good. Now, as I said before, the problem Pokemon were as follows was the Beware, because it does have a fighting type move, which is going to absolutely destroy me. None of my moves are going to be able to one-shot this thing, right? So I had to swap out the Tyranitar, and the other Pokemon which was a nice swap in was Misdreavus. Now, Misdreavus was quite an interesting Pokemon in Gen 2. It had some, I'll go over what its moves there. We got Mean Look, we got Perish Song, Protect, and I gave it Pain Split as well. We got Max Health, Max Defense with Calm Nature. We got the Everlight on this one too. Okay, so going for the Perish Song, the sand is up. All I got to do is basically live a couple of attacks from this thing. So Beware is going to go for that payback there. Now, it does a fair bit of damage to me. I'm going to get buffeted by the Sandstorm here. Okay, so we got the Perish Song on the third count there. So what I basically got to do is stall out this Perish Song. So going for Protect on the Misdreavus again. Now, I was looking at this, right? The only way I was going to be able to live this one was to go get a Pain Spit off and, or just take the Beware out with like a triple protect or something. It was really bad. So we got 2 more counts here. 2 more counts. So I was like, I've got to go for the Pain Split and see if I can get some of Beware's health back, because I can't live the next one. So I get a sizable chunk of health back. I was pretty confident I could just live this one and go for Protect the next turn. But it does way too much damage to me and takes me out. I would have been very, very close there, judging on the damage it did to me earlier on. Okay, so the Sandstorm is going to subside. There's only 1 turn left on the freaking Parasong, and I'm going to swap in my Tyranitar now. The only thing here I can do is go for the Rock Slide to take out the, well, get a flinch on the Beware, but as you guys noticed, I think there was like a sticky web on the field. So we got the Beware go outspeed me, and that's going to take me out with the Drain Punch. Rest in peace, Tyranitar. We tried, people. I think we did pretty well in that battle, and let's get on to the next one. So, with this, I think I didn't actually go over one. There was one Pokemon that I didn't go over. It was my... No, it was my Blissey. Max health, max defense. That's what I was running on. Okay, this is another battle on my Discord. This one's against Tio, and we're going to lead things off with the Kingdra. So they've actually running a theme team on this. So wonder if you can guess what it is. Okay, so going for the Dragon Breath, just right off the bat here. I'm going to get some hacks. Does some pretty solid damage. That was a crit. So obviously they're running a very special defense Everlight Dupiter. So I get a Paralyze. They're going to go for a Sticky Web there. Man, I'm sick of saying Sticky Web. So Sticky Web is going to drop all the speed of all my Pokemon incoming there. Now we've got the Magicoat coming from the Dewpider, which was interesting. So I think I just went for another Dragon Breath here to try and take this thing out. It was a 3-hit KO. I was wondering if it had like rest or anything like that. So it doesn't get a crit that time. Unfortunately, the Sniper doesn't kick in. So go for another Dragon Breath on the Dewpider. This is just like to annoy the enemy, right? You could go for the Paralyzing and then for the Smoke Screen. If you remember versing Claire, right, she had a very similar set to that. Okay, so I get another crit that takes out the baby Dewpider, and now we got the big Arachnid coming in. So go for it. I was like, let's see if we can do exactly the same thing as I just did before. Pretty much here, I was just waiting for the paralysis and the crit from the Dragon Breath on the big spider. So, guys, I'm calling this big spider from now on, alright? So now I'm going to go for the Dragon Breath again on the big spider, hoping I can get a crit, because if you guys noticed before, if I get a crit against this, it actually would do more damage to this than the Everlight one. So we get the Leech Life coming from the big spider again, giving it sustain. That's the only thing. I really needed a crit to actually win this matchup, or just get paralyzed a couple of turns in a row. So I go for another Dragon Breath there. It doesn't get the crit. We got another Leech Life from the big spider. You guys might be able to guess what Team 10 they're running. I'm not sure. So I could probably leave one more Leech Life, and I'm going to be going down here. This is the time where I wish I had Draco Meteor, but I had to stick to what moves that were used a lot in Gen 2. Okay, so I get the crit. It lives on 1 health. And now we got the rating to go for the crunch there on my Kingdra. It lives on 6 health. Boy, that was close. So go for the Dragon Breath, and that is going to take out the spider there. Man, that was like top 10 anime battles right there, people. Okay, so we got 2 spiders down. Don't worry, people. We've got another spider coming up. So if you guys haven't guessed already, this is a full spider team. Okay, so we got the Bug Buzz coming for the Galvantula. That's going to be enough to take out my Kingdra. Kingdra did a fine job there. It took out 2. It took out like both evolutions. Okay, so we know that it's got Bug Buzz. We probably know that it's got Thunder. So it's like, let's go into my Blissey right here. So Blissey's going to be able to tank any special set. Unless they're running like a Wild Charge on this one too to troll me. But they're going to swap out their Galvantula. Now on this set, I've got Toxic. I've got Egg Bomb, Soft Boiled, and Reflect. So go for the Egg Bomb. Egg Bomb misses! Man, Egg Bomb, if you ever use Egg Bomb in Gen 7, guys, the animation is really, the noise it makes is really, really funny. So anyway, got the arrows going for the Focus Energy. Egg Bomb misses again! Egg Bomb, what are you doing? So now we got the Fell Stinger coming from the Ariados. It's like, oh, God. So it does a lot of damage. I just lived that one with a crit. Go for another Egg Bomb. Egg Bomb finally makes contact, guys. It's about a 4,000 hit KO. So I'm going to have to go out of my Blissey, or I'm just going to have to take the hit. Decide to sack the Blissey here. Even though it's going to get +3 in attack, I'm confident I can take it out in one shot. So Blissey is going to go down, and Ariados is going to get a drastic attack boost. So going to Skarmory, I was like, I'm going to be able to wall this easy. There's nothing can really do to me. So they're going to have to withdraw their Ariados, and now they're going to go into their Joltik. So they've got like all the spiders in the world right now, people. Do any of you guys really, really dislike spiders? Anyway, so we're going for the Drill Peck on the Joltik there. Joltik is going to go for the Rain Dance. Now, I'm guessing Rain Dance is going to be associated with Thunder. So, if my Skarmory gets hit by an electric type move, right, guys, it's going to get hit really, really hard. So, go for another Drill Peck on the Joltik. That is enough to take it out. So, we got 3 more Pokemon. I'm in a pretty good position at the moment because, I mean, apart from Galvantula, right, Skarmory can wall the rest of the team. So we got the Spinarak coming out. I was like, what is this set going to have? So go for the Drill Peck there. It does some okay damage. It's about a 3-hit KO. I can see that the Spinarak actually is probably a bulky Everlight set. It's going to go for the Nightshade. So Nightshade is some fixed damage. But, you know, it's going to take a couple of Nightshades to take out my Skarmory. So now I'm going to go for the Curse Boost, boosting my defense and attack by 1 stage. I just want to make myself, my attacks hit a little bit harder. So getting that +1 in defense and attack, dropping my speed though, which doesn't really matter too much. So we got the Spinarak go for Nightshade. Bulky Spinarak, guys, go for the Nightshade. So I can leave probably like 2 more of them, and then I've got to take this thing out. So now I can go for, either go for the Roost or I can go for the Drill Peck. However, they're going to swap out their Pokemon and they're going to bring in their Galvantula. So maybe thinking I'll go for a Roost this turn, I actually went for the Drill Peck. So like, oh, this is bad for them. Does a lot of damage with the Drill Peck, and I'm going to get some more leftovers recovery. So at this point, there's not lots of things I can swap into, and we got the Galvantula going for Thunder, and Skarmory is going to go down to that one. There wasn't like too much I could have done there. Skarmory did a good job. Like Galvantula's weakened, Spinarak it's already weak, and we got Ariados, which is, you know, fairly walled easily. Okay, so we got the Galvantula on a little bit of health. I can bring in my Lantern here, which is a nice swap in. I almost brought in Lantern before, but just in case it used another move, you know, I was a little bit scared of that. So we got the Giga Drain there, which I was scared of before. That would have been bad if it predicted my swap in and used that, because that would have turned it into a 2-hit KO, and it would have got all of its health back. Essentially, the similar thing kind of happened, but at least I was able to get a Scald off right. So go for the Scald. It doesn't burn, unfortunately. I really needed that burn. And I'm going to get some leftover recovery back. Now, Galvantula can go for another Giga Drain on my Lantern. I know that Lantern can live this one, but it's going to, once again, it's going to have to burn to take the Galvantula out. So Galvantula is going to get some more health back from the Giga Drain. And now I could go for the Scald again. The good thing about Life Orb, it was doing a little bit more damage to Galvantula too. I get it in about exactly the same position as I did before. That's what she said. And it doesn't burn, unfortunately. Now it can take me out with any move. And that is my Galvantula down. Bugger. That was so close. So as you guys do remember, I do have that Misdreavus left with Perishong. But needed for that one to work, I've got to actually, you know, they've got to have 1 Pokemon left. And this time I've got to stall them out with it. That was my idea anyway. So Galvantula goes down to the Life Orb damage. Now we got the Spinarak coming in, so I'm going to go into my Tyranitar. Obviously, there'll be no point swapping in my Misdreavus now. I don't want to reveal that strategy, you know, until the very end. Okay, so I've got the Sandstream up. I can just go for the Rock Side against this thing. That's going to be super effective. And, you know, that's definitely going to take this thing out in one shot. This was Adamantation. So that's going to take the Spinarak out in one shot. Now, the last Pokemon we've got is the Ariados. Now, all I've got to do here, I can swap out into my Misdreavus and just go for a Perishong. Now, I've got Protect on my my Misdreavus too, and I've also got Pain Split too if needed. So, making the swap right now, and all I've got to do, right, is go for the Perishong, Protect, and Pain Split. So, we got the Fell Stinger coming from the Ariados. That's obviously its best attack. Now, I know that it's got, or it can get Shadow Sneak, which is going to be super effective. But I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem, unless it crits me, right? That was my only real worry here. So go for the Perishong. Now, the EVs I ran on this one, I said before I was running like a more of a bulky set. I was actually going for a max health, max speed set. So just wanted to correct myself there. I still have the Everlight, though, to make myself, you know, fairly tanky. Even without investment in defense and special defense, it's a fairly tanky Pokemon. Okay, so we got the Perishong up on the Spider, and they're going to poison me, which is, it kind of sucks. But I still have my, I still got my Tyranitar left there as well. So now go for the Disrespect Mean Look on the Ariados. It's quite funny. Mean Look actually still works when they've got 1 Pokemon running. I actually thought that would fail. So now we've got the Ariados going for the Fell Stinger again on my Misdreavus. I mean, they're desperately trying to get a +3 in attack so they can hit my Tyranitar when it comes in. I know that I'll get outsped by the Ariados as well. I think I was running like it actually might have been a Brave Nature Tyranitar. So we got 2 more turns left on the Perishong. So go for the placement again, getting a little bit more health back. Not really much at all. So Ariados really can't do much except go for the Fell Stinger. I mean, if it had Shadow Sneak, that'd be like, and it was critting, that would be a definite bonus for it too. Okay, so Misdreavus is on its last. It doesn't even have any legs. The Perish count has fallen to 1. and I can go for the Protect here, and it's going to be a double KO. So my Misdreavus is going to go down, and the Ariados is going to go down the same turn. Also, I denied them getting a Fell Stinger too. That felt good. All right, so the Misdreavus is going to go down to the Toxic, and Ariados is going to go down to the Perishable. And that, my friends, is game. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll be back with another theme team tomorrow and a Soul Link as well. All right, people. Peace out.